What is up? Today we're talking about some minimalist meal planning and how we can save a bunch of money every single month on our groceries, which for most people is one of their biggest expenses, up there with their housing and then maybe transportation and food. And that is something that happens every single month. So if we can shave 30% off of this, it'll make a huge difference over the long run and can save you thousands of dollars. And it's not just saving money, it's also about saving time and only cooking a few times a week as opposed to every single day, and being healthier, happier, less time, less money. Really important. Smash like. I ran out of words to say. All right, so the first step at the beginning of the week is going to be planning out what we want to have. So what we're going to do is on like a Monday, we're going to say we're going to have this meal, and then Wednesday we'll have this meal, and Friday we'll have this meal. And then on the in-between days is when we're going to have our leftovers and transforming the leftovers from our main meal into something else. And I'll explain what I mean. All right, so for example, it is Tuesday right now, and yesterday we started a vegan challenge and we made meatballs with like pasta and stuff like that, and then we also have leftovers from the weekend. So what we're gonna do today, I hope this isn't too loud. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna have the leftovers from this because we made like a double or triple batch, and we're also gonna finish off the leftovers from the other meals, and then tomorrow we're gonna cook again and we're gonna do the exact same thing. So we might still have a little bit of the pasta left, and then we'll have tomorrow's meal, so we can turn the pasta into something else. We can put it over something or whatever, and then we can kind of transform it into a different meal so that we're not eating that, pasta and meatballs for 3 days in a row or 2 days in a row. And that just saves so much time when you don't have to cook 2 meals every single day or even 1 meal every day. It's just make 1 meal, make it like 2 or 3 times as big as you need, and then for lunch or whatever, you just have leftovers or something that is quick and easy to make. And then for me, since I don't have breakfast because I do intermittent fasting, then I don't even have to worry about that. So it's only like 2 meals really that I have to worry about, and then I do other stuff for snacks. All right, it's also very important. This is gonna be the worst transition I've ever tried to do. All right, so it's also very important to have backup plans and to be prepared so that you don't have to spend money going out to eat and stuff like that. So if you have like a frozen pizza that you can get at Trader Joe's for like $4, or there's a bunch of frozen meals like that, which are pretty healthy. They're not great, but they're pretty healthy, and you can cook them like if you don't have, or you run out of food or something like that, something crazy. But you're not gonna end up having to go out and spend $20 or $40 or $60 on dinner because you were not prepared. So having those snacks ready, I always have, hang on. All right, I always have snacks. These are all different types of nuts. Oh, those aren't nuts. Those are raisins. And then have apples and smoothies and stuff like that. And I also have like cookies and muffins. These are muffins that I keep on hand so that I can always have a snack and I'm not tempted to go out and spend $10 on a sub or something stupid like that. And it also keeps me healthy, and I have control. Everything that I have as a snack is healthy, and if I'm lazy and I don't want to prepare something, I have healthy stuff around. It's not something that's out of a box somewhere or something that's just junk food or expensive. Always being prepared is super important. These transitions just suck. I'm sorry. Where we're actually gonna make our plan is Google Calendar. This is the one that I use, but whatever calendar you use, you can also put something up on your fridge or have it just on a notepad. But it's important that you have it planned because that's gonna be crucial to our next step. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do my Google Calendar. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So right here we have our Monday is pasta and meat sauce, and then Tuesday is nothing. Wednesday we have stir fry with burgers and sweet potatoes, and then on Friday we have easy vegan chili because we're in the middle of a vegan challenge right now. And then the other days we're probably going to be someday on the weekend, we're going to go to somebody's house and that's going to be our meal, or we're going to eat out or something like that. And then on those off days we're going to have something else. We're also going to have snacks, and I'm not going to plan those out because I don't want everything to be completely planned out. You gotta have some wiggle room, so whatever's going to be in the fridge, we can make something out of that. Or I'll have something that is baked, like I have like oatmeal cookies, or having a bowl of oatmeal, or smoothies, or things like that. So I'll plan that when I go to the grocery store, but I'm not going to plan that right now in my calendar to have a smoothie every day. That just seems a little bit excessive. So that's pretty much what it is. Now you can do this a whole month at a time, or you can do this a week at a time, but it is good to have a little bit of flexibility. So maybe instead of saying vegan chili right here, I can say, let's do Thai themed night, and that could leave us open to pad Thai or some form of soup or something like that. Or I could do Mexican night, and that could leave us open for burritos. But we can kind of get something and then transform it into that. If you want to have it themed and you don't want to be so structured. When you're planning your meals, you also want to go off what you already have in your pantry and what you already have in your refrigerator, so you can try to use up that stuff and eliminate the waste, because Americans waste a ton of food right now, and that's throwing out money every time you're throwing out that food that has gone bad, or you made too much of, or you didn't make it all. And then also start going through the flyers and finding something that is on sale and then trying to make something off of that. So for instance, like chicken's on sale here, so we might have chicken this week, and then next week if ground beef's on sale, we plan our meals around those. Or you could even stock up so that you're not having like the same type of meat all week. So you might get extra and freeze it so that you're always having stuff on sale and you're not paying full price for those more expensive things like meat. So now that we know what's on sale and what we have in our fridge, we're gonna start planning out our meals. Now, you can either do this by keeping like maybe your top 20 meals that you really like and you know how to make and that are easy. Keep a list of that and kind of rotate through it, or you can kind of just look online and make sure you're doing things that are a little bit different. I wish someone had done a video on some cheap, easy meals. I guess we'll never know. Anyways, don't spend too much time on this. Just plug in some meals, call it a day, and then start getting those ingredients lists. Having a list is actually probably the most important part of all this, because that is what's gonna save you money. You save money before you go to the store, not once you're at the store. So there's actually a few different ways to make a list a lot easier. One of them is going to be this app here that I use. All right, can you see that? So this is an app called Mealtime. So Mealtime is pretty much, I just started using this recently, but pretty much you can go through and you put your dietary preferences in here. So right now I'm all vegan, and then you can say gluten-free as well, and you can say whatever you want it to say. And then you pick out your meals. So then you have your meal plan here, and you can go through to groceries, and it puts the list together for you for these recipes. And then you can go through and cook these recipes, and it gives you like what you're gonna need, the ingredients, the instructions. They all take around 30 minutes or less to do. And there's some really cool recipes in here. You can also just use it for a list, and you can add your own stuff or whatever. So this is something that's really cool. And then as you're in the store, you can just mark them all off as you get them, so you can keep on track that way. The other thing I do is just keep a piece of paper or a chalkboard on the fridge or whatever, and you just write out stuff as you need it, plus sticking to your list. But it's super, super important that while you're at the grocery store, you buy absolutely nothing that is not on that list, and then you do not go to the store again for a full week. So let's say if Sunday night you go to the store and you get everything for that week that you planned, or maybe it's Monday or whatever, then you make sure that you never go back otherwise. That is what's gonna save you a lot of money, because when you go back and you just need one thing, then you end up getting 5 things, and next thing you know, you've got like 3 things of ice cream, and it just gets out of hand really quickly. At least it does for me. I don't know about you guys. So having that discipline and just going once a week definitely is something that has helped us out a lot, and it keeps your budget a lot easier. And it actually makes us stick to our meal plan a lot more, because now we're forced to eat all the leftovers. Before, it's like you eat them like once or twice, and then I'll just make something else, and then something sits in the back of the fridge for 2 weeks, and then you end up throwing it out, and you end up throwing out like 30% of your food, which is I think the average of America, whatever. It's just a lot of wasted time that you took to prepare that food, and then time you took to buy it, the money you bought it, and all this stuff. So it's very important to just make sure you're eating everything that you're getting. Makes sense, right? But it's actually really, really hard to do, because when we go to the store, like, ooh, that looks good, that looks good, that looks good. And if you're not strict and planned out ahead of time, then you end up buying more than you can actually eat like 90% of the time. A few tips on transforming your meals as well. You can take something like chili and make it very different by putting it over sweet potatoes, or by putting it over salad, or by putting it inside a wrap with some salsa, or like putting it inside of eggs and having like a breakfast thing out of it. You can take these same meals that we're making, because we're only making 3 meals, and you can turn it into so many different things. And also try to make sure that your meals kind of have ingredients that overlap, so that you don't buy something, use like 10% of it for this recipe, and then you end up throwing out the rest because your other recipes don't call for it. You want to get something that's kind of going to be able to use across all of them, or if it's not, then at least it shouldn't be going bad. All right guys, here are some really cool resources to get you started if you want to start meal planning and save that money. All right, we're gonna go rapid fire here. The first one is Mealtime. That is the app that I already showed you. That's the one I started using. It is free. All right, the next one is Meal Board. That one has a lot more features. It is also $3.99 though, but you can keep like a count of like what you have in your pantry, and you can search the web for different recipes and stuff like that. So it definitely does have a lot more options, but again, it is $4, which isn't really that much if you're saving a lot of money. Also, there's one called Paprika, which is $5, and that one is gonna have a ton of different options as well. It's gonna be a really good one. And then for the last free one here, we're gonna have Eat That Much, which is free. It's similar to Meal Plan, and any one of these is probably gonna be really good. I would just pick one and start planning stuff out. That is what I got, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. And let me know down in the comments what your tips are for doing meal planning. I think I would like to learn a lot more. I'm definitely not an expert at this, but I hope I can help some of you guys out. Let me know in the comments. Also, feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed this, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. We have very exciting stuff coming soon, and I'm actually a video ahead for the first time ever on this channel. I have one video ahead. It's never happened before. I've always been stressing out, and it's like Saturday morning right before I upload. That's why sometimes it's later. It's because I haven't finished the video yet. So I'm ahead. I'm happy. I'm stress-free. That's why my quality of video has gone down. Why are you still here? Click off. Go away. I didn't mean that. I really appreciate that you're still here. But now you can click off.